Thoughts on the second half? What changed? What did y'all talk about at halftime and the adjustment that you made there in the second half?
Yeah, I don't know if there's a lot of adjustment schematically. In the first half, I just told the team, in the first half defense, we were getting to the ball, and I thought we did a good job of fitting the run, but we didn't get guys on the ground. So the second half, these no gains and 1 yard gains was 6 to 8 yard gains. So we weren't doing a good job tackling. I don't know if schematics was the issue. So the second, at halftime, it was more or less challenging them to, when you get to the ball, it's about finishing and getting guys on the ground. And I thought that's what we did in the second half. And now created good field position for the offense and gave the offense more at-bats, where the first half we had 3 drives, and we went 3 and out the first one. And listen, they had a good plan. Country Day, they're well coached, they did a good job, had their guys ready to play and shut us down in the first half.
Talk about the job that they did on Davis this evening. I mean, it's obviously somebody's got 1,000 yards in 4 games. When he gets quote unquote held to 155 yards, they've obviously did some things.
I mean, the numbers game, they put the extra guy in the box, right? Where the last few weeks, a lot of what they did was, there were a lot of 2 high coverage where they played a lot of single high coverage to us and put that 7th defender in the box. And, there was a lot of times there was 1 extra guy than you can account for. So in the run game, you still want to try to get him going even though you got that guy, which is why we had to start throwing it a little bit more in the second half and executing a little bit of the passing game. But, yeah, I mean, that's what you got to do. You have to put that extra guy down. It was a good plan. So that's what it was. There was 1 more than we can block.
Coach, when you're taking a 2-score lead into the fourth quarter, how confident and how does it change your offensive play calling knowing you've got number 7 in the backfield?
Yeah, I mean, you get to a 4-minute offense, you're hoping that you can get 3 yards consistently and stay inside the sticks. But listen, they still made it tough, but once you get up 2 scores, he gives you a chance to stay inside the chains and keep the clock running, stay in bounds. So yeah, now you kind of get a little more conservative in your play call, and you try to get out of here with a win.
You were telling the team after the game that you see this team playing deep into November. Can you elaborate a little bit of that?
Man, we've come a long way, and I don't know. I want that to be a goal. Why not, right? I mean, that's why you come to a place like this. It's a rich tradition. They weren't there long ago, in 2016. So you got to make that the goal. In my mind, you got to talk about it, and we'll see where when I got here in January to where we are now, I'm really pleased. We're not there yet. We still got a lot of getting better to do. But I want these guys to make that a goal. I want playing in the – that's why you play high school football, to play Thanksgiving week and into late November, December. So we talk about it.
Talk about next week. That's district play starting, and that is going to be a great matchup of 2 running backs. You weren't there, but these kids had a chance to play against Harlem Berry last year, and just what you expect to see next Friday night with St. Martin's.
We got to go watch them play Riverdale a couple weeks ago, and they're a good football team. They're undefeated. They're playing really good football. And that guy, every time he touches the ball, every time Harlem touches the ball, he's dynamic. I mean, he can beat you. So you better be sound in your fits. And like we talked about today, if you don't get him on the ground, he can go 80, and he can make you pay, So, the way we played in the first half, that's not going to cut it, So we got to get him on the ground. But he's a dynamic player. He's special. I enjoy watching him play. But, yeah, it's going to be a hell of a matchup next Friday.